like
We're
that.
always close to being on time here, man. We are live in the Boneyard, man. It's Sunday afternoon. We got Sapphire Rain back on the show, man. New album just dropped, man. Tell us all about it. Let's go.
So the new album is called Energy. So it's really based off of there's some pain in it. It's got some love. So just pretty much just spreading all that energy that we need to get out and create a vibe.
Yeah.
Like I've been really big on positive energy. And I feel like it's something that everybody needs.
No, it's so true, especially nowadays, Everything's been so doom and gloom for the last 2 years, right? It's like,
Right.
you're right, though. You got to put out that good vibe and shit, right?
Right.
Now, you did a few shows since we last talked, did you not? You were on a couple bills.
Yes.
How
Yeah.
was it?
It's been interesting. I'd say I actually have a show coming up this upcoming weekend on Saturday, but um, I haven't really. I want to say like probably I took a step back just to get things in order, back in order, shall I say? We all got to take that step back sometimes. But that don't mean that Sapphire is going anywhere. It just means that I got to get everything back on track. But I know I have a show next week. It's a neon bash. But here lately, my shows have been pretty interesting, pretty lit, per
Yeah,
usual. Yeah.
that's good to hear, man. It's nice to see you're out. Everyone's kind of getting back on tour. I know next year is going to be insane, right? We're working on
Right.
our the first show for next year. I'm still working with Sam out the details, man. But it looks like you'll be playing in Florida here real soon,
I know. I'm so.
right?
I'm excited. I look forward to new opportunities all the time. So
Yeah.
it's one of those things. Like I'm ready for whatever.
Right? We got talking the other day about everyone's bugging me to come down to Florida. Come to Florida. I know quite a few people there, so I was like, fuck it, going to Florida, man. Why not set up the show while we're down there? So Andrew and
Right.
MTV is on board. So you, Andrew, we're working on getting Anna Marie, obviously, right? And then
Right.
another band. But I'll keep you posted on who's all on the bill. And then you're possibly coming to October show as well in Maine, right?
Yes, that is still the game plan.
Yep, perfect.
Come and turn up and have a blast.
Yeah. Oh, it'd be great to have you and Andrew on the bill. We got Dead Man's Prophecy. I'm actually wearing their shirt today. Yeah. Custom made just for me. Crew member. Got my name on it. Yeah. Big shout out to those guys. Last Dance Amongst Wolves is on the bill. Die Enemy. So you guys are kind of the out of placers, but everyone I've talked to behind the scenes, they're all excited to have that variety come. Maybe make it a bigger double show, you know what I mean? Next year, right?
Right.
So it'll be interesting for sure.
That's definitely gonna be interesting. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm hopefully I'll have all the details all out with for the bands and especially yourself coming from where you are with the address, the hotel. Hopefully, I should have all that arranged by the end of the week as well, right?
Right.
So taking a step back, I guess kind of reflecting on where you've gone now with your music and where you're heading and that. What do you see for the future, man? I'm like, what are you thinking?
Honestly, I feel like as long as I keep doing what I'm doing, like it looks pretty amazing.
Yeah,
As long as I keep my energy and I keep my head up, and because I've been getting a lot of backlash too, but I mean that
yeah,
comes along with being an artist.
exactly right.
But the most important thing is that mentally, like when I have my mind set on something, I'm not easily moved from it. So
Mhm.
I feel like as long as I keep the same energy and I keep doing what I'm doing and dropping what I'm making, I feel like I got high hopes for my music in the future.
Yeah,
I mean, so far, um, like energy, I was pretty geeked. And I woke up out of my sleep, and something was like, "Why don't you check your streams for the album?" And I had
yeah.
woke up, and my album was doing numbers. I was like, "Oh, okay." Everybody was just waiting on it to drop.
No, man, it was cool. I caught it the second day. I didn't catch it the first day because my phone's fucking like first gen, doesn't work for nothing other than text and phone calls, right? So I use my tablet a lot. So I get back and then pick it up, right? Put it on my Spotify. But what about classy? Is it classy?
Keep it
Keep
classy.
it classy, yeah, man. Let's go a little bit into that one, man. I'm not gonna spoil it for the people, but like that's quite the song. I like that one, right?
Yeah, so keep it classy is like, um I know that a lot of people do vibe to that song, but the
Mm-hmm.
meaning behind that is like, people resort to violence like immediately. So keep it classy, meaning like, tell me you're ready. Let's keep it classy. So that means like, okay, if we have an issue, instead of just arguing about it, fighting about it, let's keep it classy and just let's just talk about it. It's not ever that
Yeah.
deep. And then going into the verse, um, like, um, sorry, I had a brain
Yeah,
fart just that
that's
fast.
all right. That happens
So
to me all the time.
going into the verse where it says it's the shit that you chose, meaning that we do things in our life and we sometimes try to put the blame off on everybody else, but it's our decision at the end of the day.
Yeah,
So when I
I
said
always
watch
kind
who
of
you call your bros, it's the shit that you chose. That means that you're surrounding yourself with people who really don't even have your best interests at heart. So some people is only around us just because of what we do for them, but when everything falls out, they never there. So when we are stuck in a situation where we're like, damn, we ain't got nobody here with us, that's because we should have been paying attention to our surroundings in the first place.
no. It's 100%. I always preach a lot. That sometimes when people are telling you shit, take a step back and listen to what they're saying. You're not always right, right? You're not always on the right end of the argument. Sometimes you're not gonna win them all. Sometimes you gotta sit back and, like you said, keep it classy. Just listen, relax, right? Hear
Right.
what they've got to say at least, right? See what that does. Go from there.
So, and then going off to the second verse to the outro of the song, like in the song, I said, it says, did you just try to diss me? But I'm sweet but feisty. Did you
Mm-hmm.
hear me? So that means that, you know, I hear what you're saying. Okay. Like, it's not like I'm ignoring you. It said, but I hear you, but you dissing me right now. I said, but there's no need for all of that.
Yeah,
So if you have a problem, all you gotta do is just call me instead of going around slandering my name or talking to everybody else about what you're gonna do to me. Why don't you just talk to me as an adult?
yeah. No, they play the telephone game in that sense. Talk shit over here, but don't say fuck all when the problem really is, right?
And then they'll go knowing that there's an issue, but they'll laugh and grin in your face. So that's what the whole purpose of that song was.
Wow, man. I knew it was a good vibe. Like I didn't realize how deep the lyrics went for you personally. What I mean? That's pretty wild, though. No, you have another one, the wildest dreams. That's another one you got. Look at you, you're like, ah. Are we
I
even
knew it.
allowed to talk about this, or
I
like,
knew that. I knew that was coming. Wildest
yeah?
Dreams seems to be everybody's like shit. Like
Mhm.
everybody like it's okay. So it's I don't really know how to explain you. I'm very big on old school music, like the music that I grew up to. So I was like, okay, one day I was like, okay, why don't I try to bring back the vibe that we used to have? Like, because nowadays you just hear things about people shooting each other, like nothing's ever
Oh,
genuine, you know? So I thought it would be a good idea to bring back one of the most popular songs because when Pretty Ricky dropped Grind on Me, everyone was listening to it.
yeah,
Like it was a vibe. So I was like, okay, why don't I was like, why don't I make my own little twist to it, bring a little bit of the sapphire out.
right.
Um, So I did, but also it was like for me the song for me is like more than just sex. It's more like mental state of mind as well. So it's
Yeah,
like that's why I say let me fulfill your wildest dreams, because some people don't go to think about what other people's dreams may be.
yeah.
Like,
They're always on their own dream, their own goal, and
yeah,
like you're saying, so to actually listen to someone else's dreams and help them do that, like,
right. So when I say let me fulfill your wildest dreams, that can mean anything. Like,
yeah,
I'll be right here with you. We can do this shit together. You ain't got to do it alone. Like, it's about a relationship where they're hand in hand. No matter what goes on, no matter what people say, they're fulfilling their dreams. That's what that is. It means. But
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
laughing because when I go
like
to perform the song, the reactions I get is just amazing.
yeah, no doubt, right? Everybody knows it, singing along and shit,
Yeah.
right? So, what are you most proud of for the song? Like a what song are you the most proud of on this album? Though? What's the one you think you fucking just crushed it?
I feel like for me, the one song on the album is I Choose You, because it is so heartfelt.
I've got it on the screen now. That's the one I haven't listened to, so this is good.
I
I'm gonna listen
recommend
to it
that you
right
listen to it, because I Choose You is based off of love. Like, not just any kind of love, it's based off of a uplifting kind of love. So it's like me letting people know you don't have to walk alone. Like, you're beautiful just the way you are, and I'm right here.
Yeah,
So it's
right.
about loving someone inside and out, just reminding everybody that you are not alone. You're not walking alone. You got this. And you also have me standing by your side. So I feel like
That's what you mean. That's the one you love the most. Like that's
I
your
love that song, because I feel like I slayed it because of my vocals. Like, I was afraid that I was going to hit off note, but I was
yeah.
really proud of myself because I did that song with a vocal injury.
I
So,
know. Oh no way! I was gonna ask you there. Not so much about the injury, but like over the years, learning to sing. Obviously, with church, we talked about this once before. Like you're a lot of choir singing and stuff when you were
yeah.
young. So to take all that and bring it into this, you said you had a vocal injury. Like, how did that happen? How do you?
It was one of those situations to where, like, I wasn't thinking. One of my fans bought me a shot of gin
Oh yeah.
and right before a performance, and
Oh yeah.
I didn't think to chase the gin. I drank it straight
Just,
down, and it dried everything out. So
that's why
in the
you're live
middle
in the boneyard. So that's how we do our shit too, straight up.
I drink all my liquor straight, but I try to stray away from drinking like gin and to like anything like Fireball all before
Oh,
a
I won't
show.
drink Fireball. No way, man. That's heartburn in a bottle. There,
Yeah,
like,
so I wasn't thinking, and like I was like, okay, fuck it, I'm out. I took that shot, went to go perform. In the middle of my performance, I felt my voice, like I felt it. It started off like with a real sharp pain, and
mm,
then like it cracked out on me, but I
oh,
knew I could not make the pain noticeable, so I continued to perform. But after I got done, I couldn't speak, I couldn't talk for like almost a week. It was hurting me to swallow and everything. But
oh,
that
wow.
song, I Choose You, like, I don't know how I managed to do it with a vocal injury, but I I was really proud of myself for getting that out. Like, I was determined, and that just goes to show you it's a mind over matter, because no matter how bad my voice was hurting, I knew that I needed to.
Finish the set. The show goes on, right?
Yeah, I knew I had
Mm,
to do what I needed to do to finish it, because I'm not one to just stop in mid show or
yeah.
mid song. Like, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get this done, no matter how bad I'm hurting. I got this. I'm gonna do this.
No, I respect that. I've seen it first. Well, I've seen quite a few artists fall off stage or trip on stage and shit over the years, right? But The worst one I ever
Yeah.
seen was in Chicago, and it was body count. And the bass player jumped off or fell off the stage and broke his leg. Right, so they didn't even notice on stage, and then the security, put him out. Not even by the end of that song, they were wheeling him out in a wheelchair, and he did the rest of the show sitting in this fucking wheelchair and played the fucking show, right? Like, but he had a broken leg. We found out afterwards, yeah, he broke his leg and everything, but still finished the show, man. It was like, wow, you know.
Ooh. Yeah, I've done that a lot of times. Like there's been times I done had injured myself knowing I probably should have been at home in the bed
Right?
because the medicine the doctors had me on, I was so gone. Like for an example, I had a hand injury too. I had a cast on my hand. I just got out of surgery.
Oh,
Literally the night after I had surgery, I had a show. My hand was hurting. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna pop a couple pain pills. I was like, I got this. And they're like, are you sure you're gonna? I said, I got this. Just I got it. Just
I know, yeah. No, that's awesome to hear, though. Like, to push through, to have that passion no matter what. We almost kill ourselves sometimes when we get on that stage.
Yeah, when
People,
they
a
literally
lot of
say
people
break
don't
a
realize
leg,
that,
anything can happen up there on the
Yeah,
stage.
100%. I think, yeah, Andrew was actually on stage our last show there. Next year, you're coming up to the barbecue, so you'll be on the bill for August. We'll talk more about that behind the stage, right? So we got you a Canadian
Okay.
show for next year, right?
Oh, I'm excited for that. I'm pretty sure everybody down there would be excited
Yeah.
because we're
We
gonna
do a big
be
beef roast, so like the food is unbelievable, unlimited food almost, especially for the artists, right? And then camping, we can throw you a trailer and everything, so you're not in a tent or any of that, right?
right.
It's a good weekend, man. Perform on Saturday. We do a
Well,
big
I'm a
breakfast
nature
Sunday
person
morning.
anyway, so I like being outdoors.
Yeah.
So
Oh, perfect. Tent. We got tents. We got a trailer. Like tents are perfect, right? But it's an
like you'll
outdoor
learn when
festival,
it comes around. Like I like campfires. I like singing
right?
songs around a campfire. I like going fishing. All of that.
Oh,
Like
you'll love it, man. You'll maybe we'll get you up here for. We have July already booked, but maybe we'll just have you up as a guest. We'll bring you up. You can see the venue, check out how it rolls and stuff, and come back in August to play, right?
that sounds good to me.
Yeah, yeah, we'll make that happen next year then. Hollywood's writing it in the book now. She's my schedule manager, Sally. You, the band I had for tonight, it does say 9 a.m. I screwed up. I thought it was 9 p.m. Hollywood wrote it in proper. I was like, I was wrote in 9 p.m. Right? But so we rescheduled them for next Sunday, same time, 9 a.m. in the morning on Sunday. So we're bringing back the morning Monday or morning Sunday shows, right?
Right.
But yeah, thank you for coming on today, man. I really appreciate you. Like
No
your music has
problem.
really changed my tone, especially listening to Andrew as well, right, with his music, and then Hollywood's has shown me a bunch of other styles of music. Like I was just heavy metal forever, punk, but yeah, your album and the songs I've heard, I play them all. Nick, like we were talking about stage, like I plays your shit all the time at work. He's always quoting you on the roof and stuff, right? I know
It's just
Andrew's a big
random.
fan now, so he's really looking forward to performing with you guys. So with you, like having a full show with you guys, right?
Well, I'm most definitely looking forward to it. Like, I want to say I should, because the goal is, and what I'm doing right now is I'm just promoting the album. So anything that I perform in the next few months is going to be coming from my album to keep promoting it.
Yeah, of course, right?
And then a little sneak peek. I will drop you guys out on an insider, just a tad
Yeah.
bit.
All
There
right.
is a music video coming soon for I Choose You.
Oh, I'm gonna listen to him after the show, and then I can't wait for the music video. Then get a contact for that's awesome. That's
Yeah, I
exciting.
just had to throw that little sneak peek in there, and then after I Choose You gets done, I'm currently working on the script for Wildest Dreams.
Yeah, eh? For like the way the video is gonna play out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the video.
No,
I think of things in like a broader perspective. Like it's gonna be, I think it's gonna be pretty interesting. The
Yeah.
ideas that I have, because I'm a very wild thinker. So
So, what's
wildest
it
dreams,
like?
wild thinking. Like
Yeah. No, you seem a free spirit, very fun, very energetic, man. That's amazing, right? So, what's it like finally seeing your ideas come to life in that sense, right? Like, especially when it comes to, say, the music video that we might be seeing here real soon, like,
right.
that's got
Um,
to be humbling. Is it exciting? Does it make you nervous? Like,
it I want to say I have mixed feelings about it because like a lot of people don't know how to handle different, if that makes sense. Like people
yeah.
see different and just immediately judge. Nobody really pays attention to the context or the meaning of things. People just automatically jumping to assumptions, and that's
Mm,
one of the issues that I have currently right now with some of my peers down here in Indy, is because I don't think like everybody else does. I
yeah.
don't act like everybody else does. I'm very alone. I'm to myself. Um,
I was gonna
I
kind of ask you something. It seems like you're doing this on your own, like especially just from our conversations, like you've almost been pushed aside in a sense out of the group, but yet you're still thriving and still prospering and growing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like that down here in the city, unfortunately. Like it breaks my heart, but I've been I came out officially as an artist in 2018, and ever since then like I've been handling a lot on my own. Like
Yeah,
the show bookings, the studio bookings, like
yeah.
everything that's gotten me this far. I've been working it on my own.
Then you,
So
right?
like yeah, so it was pretty amazing that Xing and Sam is, they're helping me out so much because that takes off a lot of stress on my end pertaining
Sam and them,
um
and all them over there, like they're phenomenal people. I couldn't have asked to meet better people, and they're the reason why I'm able to start booking these shows down south and setting up different shows and shit, right? So
right.
they're my step into that door.
Right. So like I said, it's very like I really like I know they're watching, but I most definitely appreciate
Mm,
everything that they're doing right now.
appreciate it, yeah.
Like because it's a lot as a independent art, like especially me being who I am, like my determination, I don't never give up, but as sometimes things can get overwhelming. Like there is a period of time where I was trying to handle distribution, bookings and all of that, and then before I know anything, I done managed to book myself like 3 different shows in a day.
Hey, man, they get confusing. Like same here. You get so many bands you kind of have on the show, and then trying to set up the shows. If it wasn't for Hollywood, it wouldn't be already organized in that sense. I'd still be 3 weeks figuring out the order and who's on the bill and shit, right? But
Right.
it does.
Yeah, but the
It's
amazing
really
part
hard
is
to do
about
on
that
your
though,
own. Like,
I don't know how I managed to do it. I couldn't tell you, but that day I
yeah.
managed to make all 3 performances. But best believe, by the time I was done, I was knocked out. I
Go
was
back,
tired.
take a nap. No,
I was
well,
like,
people going like you're giving that show your all. You're up there for 40 minutes, an hour. Some bands will play 2 hours. Like when you're done that, you might as well have just went to the gym and fucking pumped as heavy as iron as you could for fucking 2 hours. Like that's how tired you
right.
are. Like,
Yeah, like I think the longest set that I've done, I've performed before like a 25, like it was almost like a 25-minute set. I
yeah,
cannot tell you how tired I was by the time I got done. I was
so
like,
right.
you know what? I I like because normally I try to stay till the events is over, but when you exert your energy that long,
Mm-hmm.
like it draws you out mentally. Like
Oh,
the
big time.
following day, I was just so worn out. Like I was in bed all day, and I'm like, look, you guys gotta excuse me.
Yeah.
Sapphire is off duty for the day because I gotta
Peanut butter and jelly
recuperate.
sandwiches for dinner, so that's all you're gonna.
Right, like you guys are fending for yourself. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
my body's sore. I'm tired. I'm just gonna roll over and go
Well,
back to sleep.
like you were talking about earlier, taking that stuff back. Sometimes you have to just to get your mind right. Like you said, you're dealing with the booking. You're booking your own shows, scripting your own videos, booking your studio times and shit like that, right? Like that's a lot
Yeah.
to do. Like in the Boneyard in the beginning, I fucking did it all myself too. Like up until this year when Hollywood come on board, you know what I mean? Basically booking the bands, everybody we booked, I've had to talk to. And then you got to stay in contact. Next thing you know, you're talking to 300 people. Like, holy, man, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
I'm trying to get better at that. Like I thought about getting an assistant to like go with me to my
Intern or
shows because
something.
my my
Hollywood does all right, but
my biggest issue I have is that when I am out, like I can admit this as an artist, like my biggest fault is sometimes when I go out to my shows, I be hella lit, so I be drunk. So
mm,
a lot of times people come to me and they're like, "Hey, Sapphire," and then the following day or a couple days later, they're like, "Hey, do you remember talking to me?" And I'm like, "No,
I know
I
I'm
do not.
right.
I don't remember you." I was like, "I'm
Yeah.
sorry."
Like a lot of people had to give nicknames to like Sapphire. You already have a nickname in that sense, so that was pretty easy. But like I have to, or I don't. I'm terrible with names, right? Oh, that's this guy. I know this guy because of this, right?
I try to pinpoint everybody as much as I can, but I also try to explain to everybody when you're doing stuff on your own and you don't really have the time to just sit down and just like gather your thoughts sometimes, like because there's
Mhm.
times I had to make myself sit still because I'm like, okay, I gotta do this, I gotta get this done, okay, I gotta
Yeah.
go do this, and then on top of that I'm raising three kids, so it's
Yeah.
like
I can
I'm
say single mother, or
yeah.
yeah. So on top of all that, you're a single mother. Like you're amazing, amazing. You deserve all the success that you got coming to you, 100%, man. I
Yeah, my kids, they're on me too about my music, believe it or not. It's
yeah.
so cute. Like they go to school and they're like, "Hey, my mommy is Sapphire Rain. She does."
Right on. We're rock stars.
And this past Mother's Day, my kids had me in tears. Like it was amazing feeling because the teachers had asked them what was the one thing that they loved that their mother do, and they was like, "We like hearing my mommy sing. Like my mommy, her singing is so pretty." And they was like, "We just like for my mommy to make music. She's the best mom." And I got the crying. I ain't even gonna lie. I was like, "Oh," I was like, and then one of my kids, you know how kids like to mess around with the age. One of my kids told their teacher I was 89 years old. I was,
Right?
I was like, oh, okay, we'll go with it. But yeah,
Yeah.
my kids, like, they ask me a lot when they see me, "Mommy, did you make any new music yet? Mommy, did you drop anything yet?" It's like, Mama's working on it. I'm working on it. And then when they feel like Mommy's slacking, they let me know that, "Mommy, wait, no, you're supposed to be at the studio." Well, I'm sorry.
Right? Yeah. I'm doing laundry and making dinner at the moment, like I can only imagine now. That's fucking insane. How busy you are, man. Wow. Like, do you ever get a moment to yourself where it's just you just sit back, shut your brain off for a minute, you know?
I have tried to do that multiple different times, and I found out, like, I want to say, like, one thing I learned over the course of years after having children, there is no such thing as time to yourself.
Hollywood's laughing it up. She's got two kids too, right? So,
I learned that the hard
right?
way. Like I've tried
Yeah.
locking my door. Like if I want sweet snacks, I gotta lock myself in my room, and then all you hear is "Mommy" at the
Well, I can hear
door.
the
It's
package.
like
Can't
you
open it
hear
all
them
quiet.
scratching at the door. It's
Yeah.
like, guys, wait.
Well, my cousin down south, when we were pretty well brothers more than cousins, right? Him and I are still to this day pretty fucking tight. He's got 11 kids, man. So when he hit the 11th, I had to go. I'm like, I don't even have kids. I'm growing gray hair now, man. Like, I gotta go. Teaching kids how to read, tie their shoes. Like every time you turn around, there was no moment to yourself, right? But,
Right, but the one thing I will say is that my kids are showing some really amazing signs that they're picking up from their mother because I think Sapphire may have three little musicians on her hands.
no way, eh? That's pretty wild.
I heard one of my
Exciting.
kids sing the other day and I couldn't help but to smile. I said, "Oh my god."
Are you still active in the church and the choir in the community there, or have you kind of
um
stepped back away from it? Or?
I kind of stepped away a lot when it comes to the community down here only because of, like jealousy can cause people to act and do like really horrible
Yeah,
things. So it's just one of those things. It's like when it comes to a community, I pick and choose my battles. It's like
yeah,
it just depends on what's going on and who's all there. Like I'm very picky with stuff like that because I don't want to put myself in a predicament to where I feel like I have to protect myself or I feel like I'm putting myself or my kids in danger. So I'm very cautious about stuff, especially with my name being out there like it is right now. So I
yeah.
kind of,
No,
kind of,
you're very on social media all the time. I'm the same way. As much as I joke about my fans only page, fucking, I can't actually do that because they would ruin this. You know what I mean?
right.
Like,
Yeah. So, it's sad the world that we live in because like another thing is like I know you've been paying attention to the energy I've been putting out there in the
yeah,
atmosphere for everybody, and that's because the industry here in the city, like everyone, it's like a clique, if that makes sense. So either they're with you or they're not, or they're talking down upon each other, and
mm,
someone has to break the ice and be like, "Look, y'all, we're all kings and queens out here. We all deserve to be here. We're all talented and we're all loved.
you
There is
should be
no
sharing
reasoning
space,
why."
helping each other. Like if you get up
Right.
a little bit, you reach down and you help the next person up, and then
Yeah, it's like
mm,
I'm a big, big believer in paying it forward. Like I put the energy out there, and I
yeah.
don't want anything in return. I just want to see my people make
That's
it.
why I love you so
And
much. The energy you give off, like just from our talks and then being on the show, your music. It's like, oh, I've got to be friends with this person right here.
yeah,
We might
I've
even
been told a
collab
couple
on
times
something
my
later, right? So,
yeah, I've been told a couple times my energy is very contagious, but I would
mhm.
rather my energy be very contagious than for it to be contagious in a bad way.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, no, for sure, right? I have the same thing. I can hear it all. Oh, you're so fun. Like just the energy you give off and the mindset you have when you're at places and the people you're with and stuff. You got to be that way. Like you said, if it's just negative all the time, that's all you'll ever have. That's all you'll ever see.
right.
Sometimes you got to look up, watch the sunrise, or stare at the stars for a minute, get that moment. That awakening.
Hmm.
In that sense, for me, it's mushrooms twice a year. I need a god dose, right? Fucking go off in the woods, but
I mean,
we
for
do what we
me,
do. Right?
it's like, and a lot of things too that goes on with me is that like I'm not even gonna lie. When I was younger, I couldn't handle my having post traumatic stress disorder, so I was lashing out a lot. So for me
Mhm.
to channel all of my energy and pain into music, it actually gives me something to look forward to. Like, granted, the flashbacks suck, but it's way better for me to release that pain and anger into a song than it is for me to be
The
dishing
healing
that out
process.
as an energy into the universe to where I could possibly end up hurting somebody, and that's the last thing that I would ever want.
Yeah,
So I know it was asked to me. I was asked the other day. My one of my fans wanted to know, how do I turn a painful song into a positive vibe, and I was like, well, first off, it's all about your mindset. You got to be able to redirect that pain and anger into the most greatest power that you can possibly have.
Yeah, that's what I got nothing to say after that. That's an amazing quote right there. Fucking Sapphire Rain, quote that shit. Going on her, right? You know, no, that's deep, man. That's good. Like, I love that you have that energy, though. You're like myself. Hollywood has the same kind of energy for the most part. Some days she's down, but you know, you got to surround yourself with good people, as you said. Pick and choose who you're around and who you're with. That's something I see in the metal community. It's an amazing community. I've only ever seen kind of being put down and fighting amongst the bands one time so far in the last 2 years, 3 years of working with them and stuff, and even in the punk community. That's what actually got me into being so passionate with the show and stuff and driving the music was the punk community out of Barrie with my buddy Johnny Eyeball and Gavin and them from late Green Light District, shit like that. But that community was so tight. If they had a show, their buddies were on the bill. You know what I mean? No matter what order, they didn't fight over headliners. You know what I like? It kind of breaks my heart to hear down there. It's not quite the same. You know, seems to be very competitive, and very vicious. I guess we would say.
Yeah, it's like a big huge high school down here. Like I
Mm.
love my city to death. Like that's one thing that is for sure. It's just it breaks my heart to see that there's so much talent here, and I feel like Indianapolis has the opportunity to be great, but they
The next
can't.
Seattle in that sense, where all the new great music's coming from you guys, and you know, like
Right. It's just the lack of, you know, um, teamwork and the competitiveness. Like it's like I understand everything. Like there's
good to be
competition
competitive.
regardless of where you go,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
to take it to an extent to where you're telling someone, "Hey, we feel like your music is trash," or
yeah.
you need to stop making music, or like to tell some people that about a passion that they have. Like what are you gaining from stuff like that, if that makes sense? So I try
I
to
get that
explain to
100%.
people, I put out positive energy to remind people, like, look, take it from someone who's been told just about years now I needed to stop making music, or I needed to stop doing this, or this is trash, or I didn't
Yeah.
stop there. Like I just knew, I took their criticism and I applied it and started looking at things that I was doing, and I was like, okay, what can I do to make myself a better artist? But becoming an artist also create, like, it helped me become a better mother at the same time.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. Everything must court with that. Like I was gonna say, I've had a lot of hate shit because of things I've said on the show or the way people took shit out of context, like we talked about earlier, and then I've had other people. I'll give her a big shout out, Roxanne from Late Night Trouble. There's another Roxanne who was one of my first bands I ever interviewed out of Your Last Wish. They were on the fucking that TV show for the Grower Choir or whatever. They ended up big shit. She's awesome. But when she criticized me, like when I asked her professionally, like, how do I make this better? How do we evolve? She was very precise and very direct on how she said something, but there was no derogatory, there was no hate towards it. Like, I know my first interview, we got hammered, so the interview didn't go very well. I was actually
Right.
out there, right? But then I had them back on the show a little bit later once I took what she said and the way she said it just clicked with me. It wasn't hateful, it wasn't anything, but yet it kind of put me in my place and then allowed me to roll and make more better decisions with the show and how the show goes, right?
Right. See, I'm the same way too. So it's just like I tell a lot of people, and I've been the same way since I can remember. Like, I don't believe in sugarcoating anything, and that's only because when my mother committed suicide when I was 10 months old, and then from there, everything just kind of, like started smacking me in the face. I
Yeah.
kind of learned, like, the world that we live in is not going to sugarcoat shit to us. Like, so if it's not going to sugarcoat anything to us, then why would I sugarcoat anything with you?
Mhm.
So I let it be known, like, if I say something, that means I care. Now, if I stop speaking to you about it, that means I done got to a point to where I'm not going to keep wasting my breath. I'm just going to let you bump your head and you'll figure it out. Like,
Yeah,
like my kids, they're so intelligent, and that's because when I first had them, I've been on them. Like I've been teaching them, like, look, if you feeling some kind of way, you need to say it. Don't hold that
yeah,
in. I say, because that's where, and I let them know. I said, and I let them know this. I said, mommy did that once upon a time, and the only thing it did was make mommy hurt worse.
yeah.
So if you feeling some kind of way, you need to say that so that way it can get addressed instead of feeling like you have to keep everything bottled in. So, because keeping things bottled in is only going to make it worse, because then you become a ticking time bomb, and then only with time, and all it's going to take is for something to drive you off edge just a little bit, and you blow up.
Really hear it in my early music through school and after like everything that I went through as well. My music was very that's kind of where I love my metal, but now that I'm older and I've kind of gotten past and reflected on all that, I played my acoustic more often than not now, right? Like, so you're right though to get it out. Like at the time, I didn't realize my guitar was fucking helping me, right? I would just thrash and play as fast and as loud as possible, right? Yeah. There was no order. It was just chaos, like you said. I was just channeling anger and stuff through my guitar and putting it out that way instead of other ways that I could have in that sense. And then eventually, it worked itself out. I probably should have seen a therapist and shit, but but music saves our lives, man. In one way or
Mm-hmm.
another, for 90% of the time, it's always that song or that album or that artist, right? That gets you through those times, right? So
Mm-hmm.
what are some of the biggest influences on you as far as artists and the music you grew up with? And no, we've never delved into that. I'm curious.
Growing up for me, like my influences on music is old school artists like Life Jennings, Sean McGee. Um, like I also Kelly Clarkson's song "Breakaway" is
Yeah,
my that hits home for me, especially because of the trauma and stuff. Like I
yeah,
listen to
yeah,
that even still to this day when I feel like, okay, I'm lost, and when I end up accidentally slipping in a mindset where I'm like, okay, I just want to walk away, but then I don't, because when I listen to that song and I close my eyes and take a couple deep breaths, it reminds me of the real reasoning why I'm doing all of this, because I want to give my kids everything that I never had. So,
yeah.
um,
So,
and as
sorry.
well as
Work.
Jaheim, like there's a lot of old school artists that influenced so much.
Right?
Like
It's so
I'm
hard to
I'm
say,
not
right?
knocking the new school, but I'm more of a old school. Like I like
Mhm.
listening to music that's vibey and it has passion and meaning. Like I don't like listening to music where they're talking about killing each other or they're
Yeah.
dogging each other.
Yeah,
Like
always
that's a
thought,
time.
not this gonna sound terrible. Am I gonna get some fucking hate mail or what? That's what I always thought rap was growing up. That's all my buddies listened to was kind of that gangster, that kill them all, sell your drugs, go to the rippers, and
Right,
then
but it's
so
changed because when Tupac and Biggie and them was out, like it music had so much more meaning than it does now, and it's all because of the era that every era changes and something new like takes part,
of course, no matter
so
what
it's
you're
like.
doing.
So now it's like nobody really knows what it means to genuinely work for anything. Like everybody thinks like I say
I'm
this
gonna
to a
drop you
T.
a song and I'm famous now. Like they think it's overnight, instant success.
Right.
Like
So a lot of people don't
once
know.
you're on
Like
the
I put
Disney
a
Channel, man, you're not getting paid to do music later in life. You know what I mean? Like
right. So when I my whole biggest thing about all of this is that I need people to understand, us as artists and as superstars, we have emotions too. Like I had to say this to somebody because I hear this all the time. Oh, you're a superstar, and I'm like, yeah, but superstars have emotions too that goes like
Yeah.
goes ignored. Like just because we're superstars don't mean that we can't be treated like a normal human being. Like I've done
Yeah.
ran into situations and I'm like, look, will you guys stop? Like I'm still a human being. You guys don't have to act like that. It's
Mm.
cool. Like, and it's like the over the years, I don't understand what changed with music, but I'm determined I'm gonna bring back what it used to be. Like
Used
at
to
least
be.
some of it. Like bring back some type of meaning and
And you're
passion.
taking the good vibes and the good beats from that and bringing it into today's context, like with
Yeah.
you and what you've been through. So you are bringing it back in that sense, right? Like you're doing your part and more. You're doing more than fucking 90% of the people I fucking know. Probably 99% of the people I know. With everything you do and shit. So I've been wanting to ask you your hair. I love it. Where did you get? Was that done for the photo shoot you did the other day, or I know you're always changing it, right? So
Well, I recently decided I was gonna dread my hair up, but like,
yeah,
okay, so I'm not even gonna lie. At first, my hair was just green
yeah.
and blonde, but I kept looking at the blonde part of my hair, and I was like, I have this urge to dye my hair pink. I was like, I just got this urge to add pink to my hair, and
Right.
honestly,
Well done, right?
I just like when it comes to my hair, it's just like if I get a random thought, and normally, and then I keep pondering on it, then eventually I'll just do it. And
Yeah,
it's like I go off of a whim with my hair at that. So it's not like I be knowing I'm gonna look good with it or not. And I tell everybody this, and I'm telling my queens, like, you guys got it. Don't
yeah,
second guess yourself because the minute you second guess yourself, you're doubting yourself. We can pull off anything, and this goes with the Kings too. Like we all can pull off stuff that we wouldn't think that we can do.
yeah. I still rock the mohawk now and again. Hollywood rocks, and her hair's almost just like yours. Fucking crazy. Yeah, well, she does hers though in a mohawk, so she has like what
Yeah,
you
I
have
got
just on the
all
top. Right?
my sides, my hair on my sides is all cut, but all
Oh
I
yeah.
have is this top.
I gotta introduce you guys. You guys will get along, man. Fuck it.
Yeah, I it took me a while because I was used to getting my hair braided and getting little things done. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go natural. So I literally took and went natural with my hair. I went and got my hair locked up, and I had a couple urges to comb it down because I was like, maybe just no. I
Maybe.
was like, no, I got this. I'm gonna stick with this. So then this pink thing came about. Really, it was because of the neon bash I have this upcoming weekend.
Oh,
I'm performing a 20-minute set at the neon bash next weekend.
yeah.
So I was like, okay. And I'm one that tries to coordinate hair, nails, lashes, contacts, everything with the outfit that I have on.
I was gonna say, so
So
when you're on stage, um, I don't know. I kind of hate seeing people just come out in their jeans and t-shirt. It looks like me just got off work and started jamming. Right? Like, to wear the outfits, I love, like, especially with my metal, putting on the makeup or the Slipknot with the mask. They have a whole stage show. You kind of answered my question, and you coordinate your whole outfit. Everything goes boom. Like, do you have video of any of your live performances and stuff yet, or?
yeah, I have a ton of videos. Like I was actually going through my video archives and I'm like, oh my goodness, I literally have performed so much. And I like looking at my old videos because it lets me know how far I've came, like as an artist.
Mhm.
And so I watched some of my shows, and I've been like, I can't believe I did this. Like I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah,
and I questioned my friends when they're out with me. I was like, you guys allowed me to act like this,
right.
like, and then and they were
Yeah.
and their response, "You're a Sapphire. You were having fun." I'm like, but you guys, what? No. It's
That's
like
hilarious. Man. That's awesome, though.
I be watching the recap of my videos, and I'm just like, oh my god, I did not act like that. I was like, I cannot believe I acted like that. I'll be in so much shock. Like I'll wake up the following night, following day. I'm like, let me take and see the recap of my video. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh,
Oh man, yeah. Delete.
whew. And I'm like, I'm about to get a phone call here in a
Yeah.
moment.
Oh
I
yeah,
was
I've
like,
had a few phone calls. Some nights we'll just be at the bar, go randomly live in the boneyard. Fucking say some dumb shit. Get some calls in the morning. What the fuck?
like
Don't worry about
my
that. Man.
auntie and my grandma and them, like they're really big on that. Like
Yeah.
they support me or whatever. But it's really funny when it comes to my shows because like I be so drunk and having fun and just being me to the point to where I don't pay attention to stuff that I'm doing on the stage until the
Yeah.
following day, and I'm like getting a phone call. I'm hungover. My grandma was like, so what was your deal last night? I was like, what are you talking about? She said, oh, so now you don't know what I'm talking about? I said, Grandma, I have a hangover. She said, then you may want to go check your videos. Just know we all seen it. I was like, oh, good Lord.
100
I was
different
like,
angles. Slow
I
mo.
was like,
That's awesome. Yeah. It's amazing how like everyone has a camera now. You know what I mean? Everyone like
yeah, there's been
even
times I've been
grandparents have a
performing
telephone
and
taking pictures.
yeah, I've had that happen a lot. Like I could be out performing and I don't be thinking people are like so close to me. So like I had to learn, to breathe because I'm one, like if it's real crowded around me and I'm trying to move around to do like I want to do on the
You
stage,
want the
I get
space.
frustrated. Like it frustrates me because I feel like us as performers when we got so many people on the stage, like I know I work the crowd a lot. So
Yeah.
like I learned to deal with it with that emotion right there. But when there's so many people, when you're just trying to be cordial, and just chill in one spot, when you got people huddling around you, like
Yeah.
it's kind of I'm trying to think of how to put it. Like it feels like somebody's micromanaging you. Like
Hmm.
that's how
Hmm.
it feels. Like when somebody's
They're
breathing over
moving
your
you.
shoulder and
Yeah.
you can't move or do like you need to because there's someone here all
Yeah.
around you and you're
I've
like,
been
dang, I
moving.
can't move. So there's been times like even when I be working the crowd, I be moving and trying to get through the crowd.
They don't
There's
sprint through
times,
and they don't give you
yeah,
your
they
room to
don't
do
they
this
don't
shit.
pay attention to to like make a path. So what I'll do is I'll work the little area I'm at and then come back around and I'll stand back to where I'm at.
Yeah.
um and then normally when I do that, I don't pay attention that people have literally don't pull their phones out. So literally I'll go turn around and I'm like, oh, okay. And
Ooh.
you'll see me like there's flashes everywhere. So I'm just like,
Oh
whoa, okay. So then I'm like, okay, I got it. So then I was like, I'll get to doing and dancing. So it's like it's really funny to me when that happens because it's unexpected, especially because we all know flashes be really bright.
yeah. Yeah, they are, man. Like, especially you already have the lights in your eyes if you're on stage, and then you have 100 fucking cameras going off. Clink, 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 like,
Yeah,
you get blind pretty quick, man. Lucky you don't have a seizure from all the flashing and shit.
man. Like that's another reason why I like wearing my contacts because like with my contacts in, like it kind of shields off a lot of that.
Yeah. That's good though. That's a good little trick on stage, man. Throw in some, contacts to kind of cut that glare down and shit, right? So when you're on stage, do you use lights, smoke machines? I know you're all over the stage, like dancing and shit, right? So
Yeah. it just depends on the venue. Like it's
Yeah,
not like a actual requirement. Like I'm one that adapts to my environment. Like the way that my performances always have been is like if there's someone performing before me, I kind of add a little tad bit pressure to their
you have
show
to,
cuz
right?
especially if I know they're going on before me, I'll let them know like, "Hey, I need you to lay the gasoline for me. Like you
Yeah,
got to make sure it's
there you
layered
go.
on real thick." I say,
Yeah,
because I need you to set the energy for me because whatever, whoever is on before me, I work off of the energy that is left with me. Now,
yeah,
there's been
yeah,
random times I've been left with energies that's kind of wasn't, where it's supposed to have been. And then
yeah.
all I got to do is normally is like I just make one move or make one gesture and everything just
Explodes, right?
yeah, it just explodes. It's like I call it my my ignition switch. So what it is that I tell everybody before a show starts, look, we're gonna turn up, we're gonna have fun, leave the BS at home. We're gonna come out here, we're gonna let's say there's a ton of talented artists. That's how I promote all of my shows. I let them know, like,
Mm.
hey, leave the BS at home. If you really want to come out, relax, come vibe with me. Let's come have some fun,
Just like
and
when you
then
agree.
yeah,
Right.
like we could turn like who want to turn up with Sapphire. Normally that's
Yeah,
all it takes, and I look up and there's a ton of people there to see me, and
yeah, that's perfect. That's awesome.
it be like that. Like I got people who's willing to follow me anywhere I go.
That's what I mean. Your fans seem to be very dedicated. I know here on the channel, our fans are fucking the fans we do have that watch. They're very dedicated. They watch every show. They comment all the time, right? But you seem to have that same cult following in that sense. It just gets
Yeah,
bigger and bigger every time you do a show. Word of mouth is a big thing in the community in that sense. Like, oh man, she's on fire when she's on stage. You got to see her next time. Next time,
right.
it's 50, then it's 100. Now you got 100,000. You're up there, the whole crowd just fucking.
Yeah,
Right?
I like to have fun and vibe out, so it's just this is all about taking it one step at a time and breathe. I always take a couple of deep breaths before I hop on the stage
Yeah.
because I still get the jitters just a little bit. I guess it really just depends on the crowd, especially if I'm in the crowd watching what's going on the stage, and I'm like, ooh, okay, I'm gonna have to try to recover all of this. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Or how do I
it
stay
could get a
alive
little
sometimes, right?
because now it's like an expectation. Like I feel like I set a bar for myself. So now when I go out performing, like I can't just give them less than what I've been doing. Like I have to give my 100%. So I don't really know what it means to give like 40% to 50. Like I'm always giving my all at everything that I do. So
Yeah. No, that's amazing to hear because Florida show, I figure you would headline. If Anne Marie's on, she'll open. Andrew will go second. I know Andrew will make you go that little bit harder because you prove it on stage too, especially with the crowd. You guys seem to be kind of the same performance, so you get the crowd that hype, that going, right? So New York, you'll be in the middle. You'll probably be halfway through the day or halfway through the sets, right? Mix it
right.
up. It's all heavy metal though. I'm warning you now, other than you and Andrew. So you are definitely more than welcome to come and grace the stage. I know with Bronson and them from Die Enemy and the Kingdom of Nightmare, they're really looking forward to having you and Andrew come down because they want to make it a bigger thing, bring more music, more. They're part of that very helpful scene. Like they were good people to know, man. Very good, great, amazing guys. I've had them on the show. I don't know how many fucking times.
Right.
Yeah, I'm excited. That's gonna be cool, man.
Yeah, it's
Have
most
you guys
definitely
go
gonna.
halfway
I'm
through.
excited. Like I cannot wait. Like I know it's gonna be a blast.
Yeah,
It's
lots
gonna
of
be.
food. Once again, you know what I mean. Great music for me. I don't know how if you listen to heavy, but it'll be cool to have you kind of watch their shows and maybe you can take some of the elements that they do and bring it to your show in that sense, right? Like,
Yeah, I like watching people perform and listening to different music. Like I don't ever knock anybody's craft.
yeah,
Like I let
you
everybody
would
know.
know anymore. Everyone hears it different. I've come to that growing up, I guess, or evolved to where I've changed my opinion. I listened to what people said. Oh, you know what? That is pretty good. Oh, fuck, that's pretty good too. hold on a sec, reset. Oh, that is really good. So it's
Yeah,
humbling
it
in that
would be
sense.
like that.
No,
Like
I'm looking
I,
forward to it. That's going to be awesome. October,
yeah.
Halloween, baby, the birthday bash in the Boneyard.
I
Oh yeah,
know. Speaking of birthdays, we got birthdays
I
next
know.
month.
What are we gonna do? What, like, are you coming here? Do I gotta fly there? We
I'm
definitely because
trying to figure it out.
right.
Like I've been look, when I realized it was August, I'm like, damn, I'm about to be 29. I'm getting old.
Oh man, I would be 42, man. Fucking like,
And we got the same birthday, right?
I know that's so awesome. So
I
like,
was
why don't you come to Canada for the weekend?
like, I'm thinking about it. Like I
Yeah,
told myself, I
think
was like,
about it,
because I
man.
worked so hard. So I was like, I'm gonna
Yeah,
find me something to do. Like I was like, I told myself I'm gonna treat myself because I've been working so hard. And then the amazing thing about September, it is sapphire season.
that's. Hey, man, we're gonna have to figure out another name. We're gonna incorporate Sapphire Season. That's 100%. But we gotta get the Boneyard in there too somehow.
I know. Like, and nobody ever paid attention to how unique my name is. I literally named myself
Like,
after our birthstone. So now every year on September, I'm like, it's sapphire season, y'all. Like, we're
right?
gonna have
Oh no! Like you fucking nailed that right on the head, man. Yeah.
I was like, yes.
Hey, come to Canada. Come here. We got a place for you to stay. We got food. Fucking, let's do the 23rd, man. Like,
It's gonna
and it's
be
a Friday.
lit.
Yeah,
I
man.
know. I've been
Booking it
trying to get,
off tomorrow.
I was so hoping that this year my birthday followed on a Friday because I'm so sick and tired of my
I know
birthday
it's like
thing.
Wednesday.
It's
Was on
always
a
on a
Tuesday,
Monday or a Wednesday. Like, we
right?
don't ever get the weekend.
Bullshit. Yeah, I know. Bullshit, man. So this year we're on a Friday. So we'll figure it. We'll talk more behind the scenes and fucking figure that out. We'll get you here, man. Hollywood.
Yeah.
Cool. I just rent my room here, so I'm talking to my landlord right now. She's all down for it. She wants to meet with you in person. She'll be there for October as well, right? So
Well, I can't wait to meet her.
yeah. Oh, she's like, oh yeah, September 23rd. Writing it down in the book. We'll figure something out. I know you got the kids and stuff, right? So maybe we fly down there or something. We'll see.
Right.
We'll figure it out, right? So she's got kids too, though, so you'll have to figure that out. We'll figure something out.
I mean, hey, I'm pretty sure we get it figured out
Yeah,
soon
yeah, no
enough.
doubt. Anything else we should cover today on? Like, I,
Not that
I
I
could
know of,
babble for
not unless
another
you
hour
got
with you if you want, right? But
not unless you got anything else you gotta ask me.
oh, so many. So you have Rising Phoenix. We'll talk about one more song off the album.
Okay. You wanna know about Rising
Rising
Phoenix?
from the Ashes. Like, is that how the title sounds, right?
It's Rising Phoenix is okay, so that came from because I have a free spirit. So I feel like my spirit animal is a phoenix. So Rising Phoenix is one of those songs which is most definitely motivational. It's a song that I do. I feel like people, if you're feeling down and you feel like you're losing yourself, that is a song that you should listen to.
Yeah,
Um, that song is based off of mental pain. It's like it's kind of like Jasmine versus Sapphire, but it's Sapphire versus the Phoenix, if that makes sense. So
it will when I listen to it. That's one I haven't listened to either. That one and Taking Flight I haven't listened to yet
yeah,
either. So
Take
we got
Flight
them
is
lined up. They're ready to go when we're done.
yes. The whole album itself is a vibe. Take Flight,
Yeah,
I am giving Skip Matthews a shout out. I'm not sure if he's watching or not, but um I was actually really glad that he hopped on the song with me. He's not used to he was never used to my genre. So like
yeah,
every once in a while I'd be like, "Hey, you guys want to hop on a song with me?" Like just to get people into the pop, the pop effect of
yeah.
everything. because I consider myself more of a pop artist than I do just an R&B or a rap artist. Okay,
Yeah. Well, I
so
learned very quick, especially in with the metal and punk. There's so many genres. I don't. It's metal, punk, or your R. Like I try not to classify music anymore. Just good music. You know what I mean? Like
I tell everybody at this point, I'm just me. Whatever I set my mind to and whatever comes
yeah.
out, that's normally how it is. But Rising Phoenix was a touchy, like a very touchy song. Like I was very skeptical about releasing it only
Mhm.
because I did state some pointers of some trauma that happened to me. And
So it's
that
very
song
personal
literally,
to you.
huh?
Very. This one's like extra personal to you then.
Yeah, it's this actual like really personal because at the end of the song I repeat, like it's on repeat, don't use your name in vain, just remember your name. And
Yeah.
it's contradictory in a way, but then again it makes complete sense because we were given names as children that our mothers had given us, and sometimes
Mhm.
we forget the meaning of the reason why we're here.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true though.
So, and it's all because of we go through so much trauma and pain, we don't go to think about that. So that song was literally a note to myself because I find myself listening to it when I get to feeling like mentally I'm just not here. So
Yeah.
that's my way of reminding myself, okay, you got to remember the lonely nights. Remember the times that you cried. Remember it, and literally in the song I literally call those off. Like there's a series of numbers. I go up to 5, and the fifth one says it feels like a is pretty much states like it feels like a lot when you feel like you're done.
Mm.
So literally remembering the lonely nights, remembering the times you cried, the heartache, all of that is what that song is about. Just reminding yourself of how strong you really truly are is what that song stands for.
Maybe I'm gonna listen to that one first then, because it almost brought a tear to my eye, man. Like that's powerful. Very
Yeah, the
powerful.
song is very powerful. To me, it's very powerful.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure, like so far, I haven't heard any complaints,
No.
except for I caught a little bit of backlash from a couple people. But I'm not letting it stop me. I'm like,
Yeah.
because for every backlash, I
Mm.
know there's probably like 15 other people that actually feel the pain and understand, and they needed to hear stuff like that.
Mm.
So I don't pay that no attention.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't. That's people's opinions. I stick to facts for the most part. Fact is, you're an amazing artist. You fucking do great with the mic. I can't. I don't even know how we met. I guess through Sam, right? Like,
Yes, Sam is fucking amazing.
right? Fucking who? Shout out to Sam and them. You know, like. Well, I'll call
Yeah,
the show. I know it's Sunday afternoon. You probably got some stuff to do. I got a couple things to do too, right? So,
right.
once again, love, fucking love you. You're amazing. Can't wait to work more with you in the future.
I can't wait either.
When the
It's gonna
video
be a turn
drops,
up.
I would like to watch the video and then have you back on the show if we could, man. That'd be cool, you know.
I'm okay with
Yeah. All right, all right. You're welcome anytime, man. Anytime you got
it.
new stuff, just let me know. We talk all the time. So
Right.
just let me know, man, and gladly throw your music up. I'm gonna share up the album once again once we're done here today. I'm gonna throw up your links in the title when we're all done. Amazing, man. You're such an inspiration. Even your Facebook posts with your writings and telling everyone how amazing they truly are, regardless who they are. Very, very amazing, man. Thank you so much. I can't believe you fucking do what you do and you have time to even do it. All right. So we'll see you
All right.
soon.
All
Keep an
right.
eye
Most
out on
definite.
Sapphire Rain, baby, because she's up and she'll be around.
Always.
All right. Play it loud, play it proud, people. Once again, I don't even know. I'm not even all up to date the fucking who we have on later. I don't even care. I'm so flabbergasted you're on my show. You know, just rambling now. So play it loud, play it proud, baby, and we'll see you guys soon.
All right.